Meditation Monday. So if you're new to tuning in, what is Meditation Monday? So I really thought it would be great to bring a little bit of mindfulness and inward thinking to the beauty industry. So every Monday, I'm going to be either going live, sharing a tip, I'll be sharing a quote every Monday for you to start off your week right and just get into a really nice centered place. As hairdressers, we are serving people all the time, every day. We're constantly giving all the time. And it's a wonderful, wonderful gift that we get to give as a hairdresser, to make people not only look beautiful on the outside, but to make them feel good on the inside. But it really starts with us. And if we're not in that place and in that mindset and in that mode to be able to give that energy to other people, they're going to feel it. And you might be wondering, why am I not getting the clientele that I really want to have? Or why am I not producing the income that I really think I deserve? These kind of questions that come up a lot of times, whether you're in the beauty industry and as a hairdresser or whatever kind of career path you have. If these things aren't coming to you easily and you know that you're putting forth the effort, maybe you need to do a little bit more work on the inside. And it could be very subtle shifts to start seeing some different changes. So that is why I am starting Meditation Monday. What I like to do is normally something will come to me, or there's a problem that's going on, or maybe there's something that I want to manifest. I want something to be created. I want to reach a goal, either in the physical world or spiritual. And what I like to do when I meditate, which is I'll normally be sitting quietly and doing some breathing techniques, which I will share with you guys. There's actually one on my Instagram page. And I like to really just get my mind into a place where I have something to be focusing on. And today, what I want us to be focusing on is positivity. And it may be anything that comes up to you in your life when you start to be more aware of these little subtle signs that the universe is giving us. And today, the universe said, talk about positivity. So this morning, while I was in my meditation, I was really quiet, and I wanted to bring something to you guys. It's been a little while since I've gone live or be really giving any value, and said positivity. And then I turn on my phone and I see this this video of Gary Vaynerchuk talking about spreading positivity, and I'm like, okay, here we go. So today is the day, and we're going to be talking about positivity in 3, but then I got a bonus one. I'll tell you why in a second. Tips on how to cultivate some positivity in your life. So I would like to invite you, before we get started, to meditate on this week. Where can you find a space in your life that you need to add some positivity to? Whether it's for yourself, be giving yourself some positivity. Maybe you've been down in the dumps and you need your own uplifting and you need your own empowerment to move forward and start progressing in a positive way. Or maybe it's someone in your life that you could give some positivity to and they need a little bit of light shed to them. So I really would invite you to meditate on that this week and get really quiet and see what comes in. Meditation isn't about trying to find the answers and trying to seek, like reading a book. It's a lot more of getting your mind quiet enough that it can get out of the way and the messages that you already know can come to you. So get a little bit quiet and still and see what positivity you can maybe cultivate in your life or the ones around you. So positivity. What is positivity? It's really interesting because everyone is always saying, be positive and spread positivity and all of these things that sound really nice, but we don't know how to do them. And you'll kind of find that is the theme of a lot of the things that I talk about. Is I find that there's a lot of inspiration and a lot of motivational speakers who light a fire within you and get you excited, but then you don't feel like it's tangible when you go back to your real world because you don't have any steps and you don't have any guidelines to follow to get to those places that you really want to be and maybe where these people have inspired you. It's really interesting because when you think of the word positive, we think of a lot of feelings. We make us feel good and make us feel happy and make us feel excited. or maybe make us feel valued. But at the core of what positive is constructive. So are you being constructive? Or is what you are putting out there valuable? Is it creating something? Is it creating momentum? Is it making a process start to enact? Optimistic. It's something that makes you feel like the limits are off, limitless, and confident. When you do things with confidence, behind that a lot of the time is intent. And if you follow your intent and you are very true to what your intentions are, you will naturally start to feel a little bit more confident because you know that it's true to you. So how can we cultivate positivity when the world around us feels a little dark and scary sometimes? And maybe sometimes we feel like life is happening to us and not for us, and it feels a little bit resistant and it feels hard, and we want to just say, it's not my fault. This is, just what I'm destined to be like. And, the world is crappy and things are going to happen that are bad. And if you keep having that mindset, what do you think that it's going to appear? Negativity. You're going to start seeing things that appear to be worse than they really are. Or you're going to only shed light on things that maybe are not productive and not optimistic and not confident and not constructive, because you're focusing your energy on that. Asking God this morning, what are the things that I can share with the world so that I can create some momentum of positivity? And these are the things that came in. The first thing that came in was comparison. And I think that as hairdressers and also people who are we're bound to social media and Instagram and Facebook all the time now, it's a constant stream of looking at what other people are doing, what other people are achieving, what other people's success looks like, what other people's lives look like. And it's really easy to get wrapped up in comparing what they have to what we have. In comparison would be to switch that around. Start comparing yourself to yourself. Start comparing where you're at to where you were. Start comparing where you are to where you want to be. Start comparing the goals that you're setting for yourself. Are they in alignment with your beliefs? Are they in alignment with what you want the outcome to be? So start comparing, instead of yourself, to other people and what everybody else is doing, to what you're doing and what your goals are and where your past has brought you and where your future is going to take you. Number 2, random acts of kindness. I remember a while ago there was this huge thing going on where people were starting to buy Starbucks for people in line behind them. And it became like this big momentum thing where everybody all of a sudden was buying everybody's Starbucks in the line, and it kind of caught on, and everybody started to do it because it created some positive momentum. And random acts of kindness are probably one of the most important things we can do to create a chain effect of positivity, because it's instantly going to make other people feel good because they're feeling like somebody's caring about them, but also it's going to make you feel good. If you feel it and it comes into your head, do it. If you see somebody walking on the street and you like their hair, and in your mind you're going, oh, I really like her hair, tell her. My husband told me that one because I kept doing that. I'm like, she's so cute. It's like, go tell her. So if it comes in your head, do it. If you feel moved to do something, like I'm feeling moved to do this right now, even though sometimes it's kind of scary and it can be a little awkward talking to a phone, which is, I just can't get over how strange 2018 is. But I feel moved to do it. Do it. If you feel moved to create something, create it. If you feel moved to tell somebody something, tell them. That is going to definitely create a chain effect of positivity and keep the momentum going. Okay, number 3, self-care. If you feel good, you are going to do good. If you feel like crap, you're probably not going to be able to give other people positive energy if you don't have the positive energy for yourself. I would definitely encourage you to do something for yourself whether that be get a facial, get your nails done, spend some time alone meditating or doing yoga or taking a walk. Just doing something where you don't have any obligations to anyone else. You don't have any responsibility for anyone else. And that may seem a little bit simple, but that's going to create a lot of positivity for yourself, which then you can give to other people. Do this without guilt, which is sometimes kind of hard because you're thinking about A, B, C, and D, and E, and F on your list that you need to get done. And you're like, how can I spend this time on myself when I have to do all these things for other people or have all these tasks I need to get done? They will still be there. Trust me. But, as you change, your environment will change. That's probably the most valuable piece of advice I've ever gotten, was that if you change, your environment will change. And in the beginning, it might not seem like it because there will be some resistance, because when change happens, people get uncomfortable. People get uncomfortable around you, and you might feel a little bit uncomfortable because it's different and you haven't seen this version of yourself before and you're not really quite sure what to do with it. But as you continue to change, everyone around you will start to change. And it's a really beautiful thing when that happens and you see it and you're like, oh my gosh, they used to be so negative when I was around them, and now all of a sudden they're being a little more inquisitive and having a little bit more productive conversation with you. And it's shifted this whole dynamic of a relationship. And a lot of that all will only happen if you really go inward and you take care of yourself. So self-care is so important to create and cultivate positivity. I can't even stress that one enough. And do it unapologetically. That's something that I feel like it's like human guilt, this guilt that we feel like we shouldn't be doing things, or we should be doing things this way or that way or this way or that way. Do what feels right to you and do it with no apologies. That will be sure to cultivate some positivity. All right, number 4. So if you checked out my Insta story this morning, I was brushing my teeth, getting ready to come to the salon, and I have a calendar in my bathroom, and it's an astrology calendar. So each day it has a topic and shows all the cycles of the moon, etc., etc. And sometimes I forget to read it. I don't know. I just get busy and I don't read it. And this morning I was in the shower and brushing my teeth, and I thought, I wonder what my calendar says today. And it said, because I had this 3 ideas. I was like, yes, 3, good, simple, quick. And said something about more than 3. I don't know. You have to go check my Instagram story. Something to the effect of 3 is not going to cut it, Kelly. You better think of one more. So number 4 came in, and it was a pretty easy one. This is one of the topics I talk about in my 4 essentials. 4 is a magic number. 4 essentials to living your dream life. If you haven't checked that out, it's on one of my blog posts on kellymason.com, and it is going to be a platform that I am going to be creating a lot more content based off of. And one of my 4 essentials is intent. It is probably the most powerful thing you can do to create positivity and change in your life. It has the ability to make you see things in a different perspective, and it has the power to propel you forward. There is no way that we can do any of these things and create this change and this momentum in our industry and also in our lives unless we want it in our hearts. We have to have the intention. Have you ever heard the old saying, the road was paved with good intentions? Well, it had to start somewhere. So intention is one of the most important things, and if you read my 4 essentials, it can't go along without the others, because intention is only one piece of the puzzle. Because if you just have intention, the road will only be paved and you will never get to the destination. But intention will take you a long way. You've got to have the thought first to want to be positive. So what I would challenge you to do for intent to create and cultivate positivity is, when you wake up in the morning, before your feet hit the ground, just be grateful that you get to live another day. one of my good friends just passed away a couple of weeks ago. His name was Ryan, and he was an educator and a very dear friend and an amazing human being. Yeah, it was really funny because as I was meditating on this a little bit more and thinking about it, about a week before he passed away, 2 weeks maybe, he called me, and I hadn't talked to him in quite a few months, and he called me and was talking about how he thought what I was doing was really cool, which made me feel really, really good because this last couple of years has been pretty insane and up and down and all over the place, and it's been pretty scary to put yourself out there like this. And the words that he spoke to me just really touched my heart, and at the time I didn't know the struggles that he was going through, and as you look back on things, you start to derive different things from conversations or experiences. And the conversation that we had definitely means a lot to me now, as it did then, but more now, because I feel a little bit more empowered to make a stance and to share this message of positivity. So, love you, Ryan. Thank you for the motivation. And I hope that this touches you guys a little bit and will help you to cultivate a little bit of positivity in your lives. Meditation Monday. Hope this serves you well. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.